Test one, test two. Mic check, mic check. All right, happy Monday. It is October 14th, 2024. Day before tax day. Let's see. I am missing a couple of windows up top. Let me see if I can find those. Give me a minute here. How's everybody doing? Give me a mic check there in the chat. Make sure all the chatter's good. I got to find some of the... Where's my electronic tracker? Got a few things I'm missing. Give me just one moment. All right, there we go. Need the tide wave visualizer. Hey, Mikey, can you close up? Thank you, sir. All right, so looking for session pivots, trade tracker. There we go. All right, a little bit of a reboot there over the weekend. If I can get into the live section here with you guys. Current time 9:22, about 8 minutes before the US Open. All right, pulling over the chat. Okay, last touch on the tide was red. And on the wave, was that also red? Yes, indeed. Okay, so let's zoom back out here. Sorry, getting things set up here on a Monday, Mentorship Monday. We'll be trying to do a little more focused on some training, getting questions answered, etc. Try to take things a little bit slower to get more focused on questions. If you guys have questions, definitely type those there in the chat. We got a double ready up coming in here. And currently neutral. Oh no, sorry, let me scroll down. Yes, interestingly enough, still neutral on the MACV. All right, hold on a second. Got to kickstart. I think the MACV is sleeping from the weekend as well. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's check out news. Nothing. Literally nothing today. So it is all TA. All right, technical analysis. That's it. We love it. Now, not your mom and dad's old school TA. We're talking about RTOFA, real-time order flow analysis, along with structure like we do. We get to look inside the tape, and we know when they're hitting, so we can get some getting. This is an interesting setup up top on the 89. Let's zoom in right here and take a look at this. So on the 89, highest time frame, we've got a gold line target up above us from a prior J hook. And go down, boom, there was the divergence fired and has shot this thing all the way up. Not quite to the golden rope. I'm sorry, the gold line up top quite yet. So looks like still has some legs in it. Oddly enough, so I just want to make sure. Did we have it green prior? No, we had touched reds, and we did come off. So technically, we are red and red. Red touch. Actually debatable. We had green. Yeah, this one needs to be green. So we got a mix on the highest time frame, so we can plays in both directions there. So then we use the MacVU filter here. Currently still sitting at neutral. Last update there at 925. So mixed bag there on the MacVU on a Monday. Everything's kind of neutral so far. We got 3 minutes till the open, which could shift and change things. There was probably the best play of the morning there. It is extremely slow, so it'd be hard to necessarily hold through that. That was 6:51 to 9 a.m. So that entire little section, it's like 3 hours. 3 hours of time there up on the fours. Or that is a shark tail. Can everybody recognize that? If you know that's a shark tail, type a 1. If you don't, type a 2. And we'll get a link to that video. Get some again, it's Mentorship Monday, so we want to make sure we talk through as many setups as possible as we see them come. And don't forget, you need to go through the training there on the website. It is Stocktober. We will be launching ALGOBOX STX. That is ALGOBOX stocks specifically. If you are a stocks person or know someone who is a stocks person, or if you want to get involved with ALGOBOX and you want to teach and train how to use our system, if that's you want to start your own YouTube channel, or you want to do a website or something around stocks, if you're a stocks person or know someone who is, have them reach out to me. We are looking for people who would like to, maybe possibly make a career out of teaching and training with ALGOBOX. We need some people to handle stocks. There's only so many hands. So if you want to go out and teach and train on stocks, we'll be launching that on November the 1st. So we kind of call this Stocktober. Couple of other announcements while we got about a minute and a half here before the open. So the current lease to own plans are going to go away. There are a whole host of reasons around lease to owns. It becomes confusing. People are like, well, I thought it was monthly. I didn't know like there was an end date on it. And the end dates are actually a good thing. In my opinion, I thought it was a good thing. Like, oh, cool. Like you got a monthly plan, and yes, after 12 months, you stop paying. But it becomes confusing for people. So we are going back to a very simple, straightforward model. The good news is we are going to get you guys a awesome coupon code later today, where you can get the entire system. We're bringing back the back to school offer. Only had done that one time, $24.99 for lifetime everything. You'll get a coupon code for that coming later this afternoon. So be looking for that. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. Okay, something is up with the audio. Hold on. You got default audio in the wrong place.
Double Delta Eam on the 1. Lower bands touching on the double delta aim on the 1.
Whoa, that was
Double
weird.
delta aim on the 4.
Okay, reboots over the weekend. Got all kinds of weird stuff going on there. Let me turn this down just a little bit. A little bit loud in my ear there. All right, the open is here. Let's see what we got setting up here. All right, I'm going to buy this first play here. Oh my goodness, I am way too large. This is from Friday. Close that. Holy shnikes. Was not set on the proper ATM there. Whoa. 10.5. All right, I want to try that one more time here. That's insanity.
Speed of YM2 lower.
So looking for a PRZ cross long there. Yikes. Okay. So right off the bat here, coming into a loser right off of the first trade setup here. Did not check my ATMs yet this morning. There we go. Okay, double cross after a big move down. Going to try to size up and work that through here. See if we can get a pop up off a trap or not.
Double delta aim on the 4.
Just selling off here this morning at the open on Monday.
Enigma short on the E1.
Okay, would like to get to a point where I could reverse this. Let me pop back up here.
Reverse.
And try to get short on a Enigma moonshot
Lower
short.
bands touch aim on the 34. Speed of YM 174. Speed of YM
Aim just a few
174.
ticks from the target down there. See if we're going to be able to capitalize on that. All right, I'll take half there. It looks like we still got potentially some more dropout. I'll see if there's any more legs left on it.
Double delta aim
Thank
on
you.
the 4.
And
Double
closing
delta
it
aim
out
on the
there.
1.
Holy shnikes. We'll talk through that here in just a moment. There's the first ready up. Potentially
Lower bands touch aim on the 34.
large sets coming in here. Okay, we got a new bar. I'm going to go ahead and start getting long here. Got a new bar on the 34s after the big dropout pop out. I'll go ahead and pop that real easy for another trade number 1, trade number 2.
Double delta aim on the 4.
No, the first one was long. Then we went short for the winner. And then just a little stab there off of the ready up reversal. A lot of speed there. Sorry about that. Gonna apologize a little bit there for all that craziness. We got an Enigma long here, the back of some Gartley. See if this comes down a little bit to try to catch a bid or a moon touch.
Aim on the 34. Double delta aim on the 1.
And targets filled once again. Oh my goodness, my okay, my hotkeys are not working. Another thing on a Monday to check to make sure. All kinds of issues here this morning. Let me...
Lower bands touch aim on the 34. Double delta aim on the 1.
Corsair IQ is not turned on. Isn't that lovely? Okay, so since when is this not coming on in the morning? Okay, there we go. Okay, so needed the hotkeys to be turned back on there. Make sure that is on for yours as well. Speaking of other things, let's make sure real-time protection is also off. Sorry, no, this looks like catch up with things. Oh, and I just missed a 20.5 short Enigma with all of this. We've got a super Enigma just came in there. We got the ready up along with the Enigma there. That was another beautiful one there for 24.35. Thank you, Eddie. 11,283 per hour at the current going rate. Yeah, the IQ trading profile. Okay, that's a lot of speed right there at the open. Triple ready ups.
Speed of YM 100
on the 4s. So looking for the dip reversal to the long side. Everybody understand that? Everybody type in the chat if you know about this right here. What is that one? Do a little Mentorship Monday, chatting it up here. If you don't, let us know that as well, and we will talk through it a bit more. Okay, looks like we might have a four-legged dog trap here. I'm going to go a half position here on a 4LDT. I'll close out below that shark if we break that.
114. Speed of YM 114.
Okay, back of the shark. I'll add 2 position. 1, 2, 3, and 4 speedy legs down there. Everybody should be looking short there, so I'll be looking for the opposite for some continuation up. Let's see how that goes. Into the triple ready up area up top.
Enigma long on the EM1.
So again, I'm thinking bigger time frame coming into play here. Okay, could have taken half into that red shark, but we were a few ticks away from the target. Let's zoom into this section right there.
Speed of YM 93.
Okay, there's Enigma target. I'll pull half. And try to hold to the opposing signal.
Enigma long on the EM4.
Timing and Enigma showing up here on the 4s up top. It's a 1 though. It's gonna be a little tricky there.
Speed of YM 76.
Okay, riding up with some speed. I'll go ahead and peel off half again on a cross setup there. Top of the channel. Pushed it down. Back to my point of entry on the runners. Got to catch a bid there. No, I'm going to kill it. We're in neutral here. Okay. Should have probably pulled the whole thing once we went there. That would have been the up to the opposing signal. Up there was as high as 4,300.
Fib.em on the 8th.
Okay, we're about 20 seconds from 940. What happens between 940 and 950? I'm looking for the 940 to 950 reversal, right? It could be a 10-minute window, though. So, you know, if we
Speed of
We
YM
drive
70.
it. Got to be careful of that
Speed
too.
of YM 70. Double delta EM on the 1.
Okay, there's the first ready up we've seen in a while. What's going on with my super chat here? Hold on a second.
Speed of YM 94.
All right, try that again. Hey, Dork. Appreciate that, my friend. Blessings to you and your family, sir. Too kind. Okay, so I was trying to get the chat going on in there. That was a nice PRZ pop-up there. All right, now I am focused in here. Let's take a look. It is 9:42, 2 minutes into that zone. I think the big play is going to be up top here. Let's go take a look at this. This is where things are developing, it looks like to me. Triple ready up here. So this is a tidal zone, and I should have drawn this earlier. I'm going to go ahead and do it now. We got time. So I'm going to draw this. This is our tidal zone. Put it in the water here. Okay. Remember this zone here. Got the triple ready up in it. So remember, Titanic turn. Big boat has been moving down this way. Now she wants to potentially turn. Takes a while, right? Got to make a big wide turn because we got a giant Titanic zone. Sorry, did I say tidal zone? I meant to say Titanic zone. Must be tired. Grab my take another sip of coffee there to remind myself to wake up there, bro. So, in theory, we want to trap short and pop up, yes?
Double delta EM on the 1. Double delta EM on the 1.
Okay, now let's see what's happening on the lower time frame here for a second. We're starting to get some ready ups inside of that zone. And I hear
double delta EM on the 1.
ooh, triples up top. So are we going to come back down here? What time is it? 9:44. So, going to be an interesting Titanic zone here. Potentially. Come up with that.
J hook long EM on the 1.
Need your little legs here. Let's see who comes. Open line just up above us as well. Change the color of this. All right, tidal zone ready. We've got J hook auto drawn for us, targeting 3 targets up above, 1, 2, and 3 if we J hook run.
Speed of YM53. Double delta EM on the 4.
Okay, so that up top could be done. We could be coming back down. Let's look why. Look up top. Quickly, where is my button? Okay, there we go. Gotta get better at flipping that. So we had triples. Now we've come up to this spot here. That could have already been done. So this is a reset. Let's see what happens now. And what's telling us down here is that we could be coming down with the triple ready up. We've come up, 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 triple ready up, fake, look for a trap, and we may be looking for a trap, and then people looking for the continuation to the long side and then start to move down. Let's see what happens here. That was a nice first AO after the up move.
Double delta EM on the 1.
Another ready up inside of the shark. So looking for potential shark back. Already targets a little shallow, or too shallow for me to take a shot at that. Too small of a target on it.
Speed of YM62.
Okay, there's all three targets hit on the J hook. Now I am looking for a cross anywhere up here. Start to pop some crosses. I'd like to see some crosses at the top of this zone.
Speed of YM55. Speed of YM55.
Yeah, it's I don't know if this is grinding though. Isn't it kind of good speed, right? This is like moving up quickly. So it feels like too easy for retail to just hop in long on this. Maybe I'm just jaded because of the speed recently, but this doesn't feel like a grind. This is like some good speed up. So for me, I don't trust the easy speed in a direction. So I am waiting for a setup up top, up on the 4s. We did see the Titanic turn. Let's go and look top left. So we got the Titanic turn, got a reset here potentially, but yeah, made a big turn. Got some king timing action setting up here.
Double delta EM.
Here's the open. Okay, I'm going to take a short right here. This is a super AO. I'm going to try to take a stab at the super AO here. Let's see if
along on the EM1.
I'm going to get anything out of that or not.
Speed of YM53. Enigma short on the EM1. Double delta EM on the 1.
Okay, so we got a super Enigma here, and let's see if this one's going to help me out here or not. Bottom left. Some kind of action is happening here. We're about to find out which one it is. Don't like that there is a 24 with an 18.9 back behind it. Going to try to see how this plays here. All right, peel in half here on my Enigma target. See if we're going to get any more out of it. Down to the back of the Enigma will be, that's right about there.
Speed of YM59.
All right, I'm going to close it up right there. 6K on the day. And we'll talk through what started to set that up. Number one, if you see the open line, type open. You know the open's here. 2, what is this right here? Type a number 2, and then give me the name of this right here, pop quiz. What is that little combination? Then, number 3, we have to respect what came in right here. So type a number 3. Tell me what that is. Oh, you're probably losing track on that. First, number 1. Okay, number 1, open line. Number 2, this. Number 3, what we got here, up to the something blank. I don't want to say what that blue line is yet. Don't want to ruin it for you, because I want you to make sure you know in learning it, right? And then we've got number 4. What is this little combo right here? Why were we able to take that with confidence, particularly with the speed? And I told you, actually, Masher kind of brought it up. He's like, oh, we're grinding up. And remember what I said? I was like, I don't trust that move up. It's too fast. It's too easy. Everybody's looking to get in long on that, in my opinion. Yes. So look for the trap, and I'm going to play that the other way. And sure enough, big play. Sure, I wish I could have held out a little bit more on it. Wish I would have. Woulda, shoulda, couldas. But I mean, I'm staring at 6K. I'm going to pull the trigger. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tag in and grab my super, right? So let's go through what those were. So number 1, we had the open line. Give yourself a gold star if you got that one. Number 2, this was a super AO. You don't know what that is, look on the left hand side of Discord in the public section. Super AO, we've been posting screenshots of these setups. It is an Alpha Omega with the ready up, indicating a, in this case, a red short at the open line. So that was our number 2. Number 3, this is a moonshot long.
Speed of YM51.
Enigma plus across. Boom. Did it hit its target? Yes. Simultaneously, as it hit its target, that's 20 ticks. Then what do we get for number 4? A super moon. Is that right? We got the super. That's a super moon for the gigantinormous short. So then my mental bias, I was saying, as this was moving up, it was moving up too fast. Now we're going to put some air quotes around that, because you have to, that's something that you build and develop over time with feel. Okay. That was just, I know that speed up. Now, you know, Masher he's awesome. He came up with one of our awesome Masher plays. Oh, I forgot I can't circle it that way. Anyhow, Masher's over here talking about grinding away. And And I kind of threw in the warning of, hey, be careful, you know, because I don't know that what you're seeing there may not be true. Okay, I was concerned with the fact that the speed was just too easy. It wasn't a grind. So I don't want to, you know, I'm not here to try to debate you on it, but that was not a grind up. That was some nice speed up. So everybody's gonna be looking up. So I'm looking for the trap. First thing I'm looking at, if it's easy, I'm looking for something to become hard. You understand what I'm saying? When it's, yeah. So it was just too good to be true to the upside move on that speed. Does that make sense? If you guys get that, you know, let me know. If you want me to talk a little bit more on that, let me know. But the speed up was like, retail is going to be looking for the long. In fact, I could hop into, you know, some of our favorite rooms, and I'm sure they were like, okay, I'm looking for a way to get in long. And the first place they were going to be able to get in, probably around here at the open line, like, okay, we're going long, and carnage, right? Total trap. No, anybody who was getting in long here, and this, look at the long leg down through it. Anybody, if they bought that pullback, they're like, we're going to make them pay. Every single person who was riding that up, getting trapped. And then they stick the price right back behind them to get them stopped out. Parvinder, we teach all this in the premium section. You can learn a lot for free, and you know, it would take you time, but there's a whole documentation section on the left hand side of Discord and inside of our website. However, you know, the deep dive training is inside of premium, so there's not a way to get it before the trial. So if you do the trial, we get you the best offer to get involved with us. Our system is not free. So anyhow, yeah, if you want to give us a call, there's a number at the bottom of the website, and we're happy to get your questions answered. But the short answer is, it's not, you don't learn it for free. But if the whole trial, let's talk about this trial. People have had some confusion around this. We are going to start squaring this up here in October. We'll talk here at the end. I got about 3 more minutes here. Let me see if I got another play coming in. Back in that title zone we talked about before. So just give me 1 second. We'll talk more about it at the end. Remind me if I forget. But we're going to be talking about the documentation section on the website, and what you guys will be having for premium members. If you guys are in there, you're going to get a new portal on the website. So you'll have your own portal page and all that. And yeah, some of the stuff that I'm talking about here today, it's Mentorship Monday. So I talk through more stuff out here. You know, you feel free to go hop into Mentorship Mondays and see how and what we do. But the shortest, fastest way to actually learn this is all laid out in a 40-day training program. It's 40, 40, 40. First set of 40 days is just learning everything. Second 40 days is practicing quantity. I want you to get your fingers on the triggers. Practice, practice, practice. Final 40 days on your filter. It is, you know, we have it laid out as a 120-day training program. We know that some people are faster, some people are slower. Up to you, you know, how long things take for you. Everybody's got different, you know, situations with their family and work schedules, and we've got some people who are like, you know, coming right out of college. They got nothing better to do, so they, you know, binge watch and, you know, really deep dive in to what we do here. Really just kind of depends on you and your time frame, but we estimate 40 days to learn it. Then we do recommend that you take 2 sets of 40 days to practice it in simulation environments, and we provide all of that. So that's the way we lay it out. Then again, you know, we can lead a horse to water, can't make you drink. How you want to do it at the end of the day, kind of up to you. But the way that it's designed is 40, 40, 40. 3 sets of 40 days laid out, and you can run it that way or run it your way. Also, if you are going to be joining during October, We've got the one-on-one mentorships with me. You get 3 calls with me to walk you through, talk you through whatever situations, whatever you're getting hung up on in between your sets of 40 days. That's usually how people do it. After your first 40 days, give me a call. Middle 40 days, give me a call. Final 40 days, give me a call. Real simple. How many hours of videos are in your premium sections? Hours, I don't know, but there are, I believe, 111 videos in premium as of right now. And wait till this afternoon before you guys purchase. I'll be getting you guys a brand new coupon code that'll be launching on that pricing page for Stocktober. It was out a couple of days last week. And we are back. And there'll be a new coupon code there already plugged in for you, waiting. So make sure you guys get that. We know that Black Friday is coming up next month in November. But we want to make sure that people don't feel like, oh, I need to wait till November. Look, you could learn the system before then and get ready to go. So we want to make sure that you guys get the Black Friday offer. But to incentivize you to go ahead and take it, we're going to throw in some extra bonus on top of that. So wait till this afternoon. We'll be doing an afternoon live stream, and I'll be putting that out on the pricing page there for you. And we'll talk about that coupon code this afternoon, so don't miss this afternoon's live stream. And we're going to talk some more here during the Mentorship Monday here, walking through and talking through setups.
Double delta EM on the 1.
All right, there is a double delta now. Let me go back here. What was this? That was a title zone here. Then we came right back in. We're getting titles again. So let's see. That's 2. We don't have 3. So we're not going to just be looking for turn yet. Definitely going to watch this. This prior zone, I think I'm going to pull it. Yeah, I'm going to remove all. Okay. No, we have not seen a single 3 wise men yet today. Interesting on layout. It's been fairly easy here this morning so far.
Double delta EM on the 1.
Okay, first set we've seen. There is a, technically that is 3. That is a very wide zone here. I'm not going to call that a triple ready up here. These are 2 spread out. So this could continue to push. At the same time, speed has been too easy. We need to see a setup first. Well, I'm not going to commit to anything on this. This is a hard read here right here. We've had good speed down. We've had good speed up. We're not technically grinding in either direction. Can you use the system on NQ, ES, and GC? Absolutely. Yeah, some of the absolute best are NQ and Dow. ES is very good. I have a whole thing around a philosophy around ES, using ES as a guideline, in my opinion, but you can absolutely trade it directly with ES. ES is just, in my opinion, a little bit too slow. At the same time, if you like the slow, then that could definitely be something that you're looking for.
On the 4.
Okay, I'm going to take a little stab at this long here. PRZ cross long. To go on a quarter position. Not going to load the boat on this, but this is the first AO after the move down. I'm sorry, after the move up. Wow, can't talk there. Okay, it broke through that PRZ cross there, so that's an out. Here's king timing with the white line underneath. Let me see if we're going to be able to cash me out of this or not. There's a 12.1, so I will load to a full position right here to see if I can get out. That just went to neutral. That's not good. Those are nice straight legs though, so hopefully they will set a trap and allow me the opportunity to get out. Don't forget, I'd never trust straight legs. Straight, smooth legs, nice little smooth, sexy looking legs. Don't trust them. So whatever their move is, I want to start to play against it. Looking for setup here. All right, I'll go half at my point of entry because I am half as confident as I was before. It's how I kind of think of things with my SOPs. Okay, it's about right. Okay. And I'll close at the king for 66.90 on the play right there. Again, don't trust smooth, fast legs, right? How much speed, right? What did we have? We had speed. Wow, can't. That was a mess. Let me try to draw that again, please. Wow, cannot draw with the mouse today. Just slow my mouse speed down. Speed plus what? Smooth leg, right? Why don't we just call it the leg? Plus a nice sexy smooth leg. Don't trust it. Don't trust it. Okay?
Enigma
it's there to wreck you. Yes? So, trap. Trap set, pop up. We got two ways to enter, 13 and a 12.1. Also, descending numbers, talked about that. Mike Schwartz, big proponent of showing this a long time ago. I hope he puts those videos back up for you guys. You guys reach out to Mike Schwartz. You know, we talked. I mean, if he didn't want to put him back out, I can't do anything about that. But he had the original OG of you get one that's like basically look at this number, and then if one is coming back to back with it and it's descending, then we look for a reversal. Yes. So also another indication if you want to use that. Took it up for 270. Excellent work. Our vendor, awesome. Do you still take headshots? I don't have them on the ones. We talked about the dots. So Fibella dot is the only one I don't have on these lower time frames. It really has to do with the live stream situations. People get confused by that because they haven't been through training. So I'm trying to showcase everything that basically the answer is, would I? Yes. do I? I can't on live stream because I don't have them, if that makes sense. Yeah, headshot is awesome. Let's see. We had a poll. Let me check out that poll there. Have you shared and liked the stream yet? Oh, that's a great question. Let's make sure you hit the like button and go ahead and click the share button too. It's very easy. You're like, oh, I don't have anybody to share with. It doesn't matter. Tell the YouTube algorithm that you wanted to share it. Hit the share button, create a post for us. That'll help other people avoid all the other turds that are out there. Do something for someone else. You would be surprised at how God's karma works. Do good things happen. I'll teach me. And the opposite also true. While I'm at it, I actually want to comment on, so there were 2 short video clips that were released this weekend. I'm very disappointed in the edit quality. We have since let our video editor, who is responsible for that stuff, he's been putting out some really low quality stuff. We did let him go. So yeah, hopefully the edits will get better. I mean, basic stuff, like basic editing, just you can't even cut a clip right. I mean, jacking up the audio. You know, this guy presented himself as a professional. I think he actually was presenting us somebody else's work before as his own, because it was absolute terrible quality. You gotta be, I mean, you just literally, it is such, I have such trust issues these days. You cannot trust people. But anyhow, we have let that editor go since then, and we will hopefully be doing better editing. So I apologize for the 2 videos that came out this weekend. There's good educational content in there. Unfortunately, it is almost hard to listen to. Like, I couldn't even sit there. I couldn't hardly listen to it. It was so bad. Like, so I want to apologize for our crappy editor. He is, I mean, look, I'm going to pull a Trump number here. You're fired. Totally. You're fired, bro. So anyhow, fired to nonsense, riffraff. So, but I do want to apologize on behalf of the community. And we don't have time to go back and re-edit those and re-release. It's not, I can't take the time to do it. I don't have time to do it. But we are looking for another video editor. So if that's you, and I mean, just go, if you're worried like, oh, well, I don't know, Vinny might fire me. Like, go watch those videos and you'll see what I'm talking about. Anybody with a brain would be like, this is absolutely terrible. So it's not hard to, I mean, I'm not asking for perfection, but I'm asking don't put out absolute garbage. So, you know, if you can put out something that's not garbage, we are looking for a new clipper. So if you think you can clip videos put together, like basically here's the deal. Like take an example today. During a live stream, during a mentorship, I've walked through and talked through some pretty cool training stuff. Cool. So cut that section out, put a intro and outro on it, maybe some little background. So maybe, you know, some quick, easy transitions, whatever, and then toss it out there. It's like, I don't know why that's hard. for somebody who does it. Now, again, if you're brand new, I mean, we've all, I mean, I can't do it. I chuck in the editor. I haven't spent any time on it. I spend my time on coding and trading, right? And that is a whole skill set in itself. But if you guys know a video editor who's looking for some work, tell them to come and have a chat. It was nice to see it. Yeah, it's just, I feel bad because the audio was so bad. I mean, there's a basic skill for cutting audio, and when you cut the audio, and if it's for lack of a better term, I call it clipping, where it's like like that is so annoying, is it not? And he cut it so that it would do that. And I'm like, what are you doing? How did you release this? And it's not the first time. I had already given him warnings before. I'm like, why are you throwing over garbage? We have to always keep coming and cleaning up for you. Anyhow, I did not just up and fire him on the first one. It was numerous. And then it was like, all right, bro, put out another turd. And when we needed him to come out in the weekend, when I was out last week, and so, hey, we wanted some video updates for some of the stuff we put out on Mentorship Mondays, and it was absolute turd. Come on, bro. You fired.
Fib.em on the 8th.
I would love if you did a daily recap of the trades edited so I can rewatch the end of the day. Thank you for that. I have been debating whether, like, I feel like that would be good, but sometimes I go back and forth as to whether or not, like, when somebody's already got the live stream, it's like, well, they could just pop into the live stream. But yeah, can you guys put out a poll? Put a poll for that, Curtis. Like, would that be useful to you guys, or the live streams where you can kind of hop through them yourself? But, you know, we would need a full-time editor for that. I don't have time to do that stuff for you guys. I would love to do it, but we need an editor, and I need one that's not going to, you know, be putting out absolute garbage. Do that. So, I don't know. Maybe we need to go hit up Fiverr and try to find somebody there. I just need some time. Been back and forth in court. I'll be giving you guys an update on stuff that's been going on with all of that on the Market Historian channel soon. Went to court to get some justice. Oh yeah, he got plenty of warnings. He got plenty of warnings. We had literally tried to help him out. Be like, okay, well, hey, you know you could do this. You know you could do this. And it's like, somewhere in there, I thought he was kind of sandbagging. He might have been, you know, working maybe for some other places, which is fine. I don't care if you work for other places, but the quality for our work can't go to turd. All right, poll is up. Would you like recap videos for the live streams?
Fib.em on the 8th.
All right, little PRZ cross long. Good for 10. See how far that went. That actually went 20 ticks on the PRZ cross. So that little play setup, if you're brand new with us, you know, everybody kind of knows this. I don't want to insult your intelligence for those who have been around a while, but there are new people who are here. So that is a PRZ cross entry. Good for a plus 20. Oops, plus sign. How about that? And it was with the MACV Ultimate direction. So basically look over here to the left, put your finger over the color. So if it's green, I'm putting my finger over the buy button. Wait for it. There's the setup, PRZ cross entry, boom, long, stop behind the cross. 20 ticks, good for 10, 15 if you're using a small ATM. So if you have the small setup ATM set right here, mine I've got set to 4, but if you're on standard that came with the system, got a small 10, 15, punch the button, hits both pretty quickly there. want to make this line a little bit thicker. Easier for you guys to see. Yeah, audio on those videos are so fast. I'm like, watch it and fast forward. I know, that's what I mean. See, and he cut that so terribly. He was cutting out spacing in my voice, like normal, natural. We're not talking about he was cutting out uhs or ums. I think he just turned on some full auto cutter, and just slapped it and threw it over the fence to us. And so it like cut every little pause so that every word is. And so I'm talking like this, and every word is sounding like I am some kind of auction driver or something. Absolutely awful. I'm like, did you look at this or even listen to this after you were done with it? I mean, just absolute garbage. Like, I had my last straw with him, and then we come to find out, I mean, we found all kinds of other stuff. We end up, getting on screen share, trying to help him out, and then see that, he's working for a bunch of other places, which is fine. Good for him. But he also lied to us about, where he was working, saying that he's working with his parents at a grocery store thing, and tells me some crazy story about, oh, my wife do this and that. And I'm like, dude, okay, I'm not buying it. And then, he comes and tries to
touch him on the 34.
Strong arm himself to get a, it's just a whole bunch of stuff. Like, uses some fake account to come and act like he's gotten hacked. We come to find out it's his own account. Like, dude, what is it with people, man? I mean, I get it. At the end of the day, everybody's chasing a buck, but, long straight leg up here. I want to take a quick short off of that. Let's see if a lot of speed to the upside right in front of the high of day. I need to make it on that. Go none.
J-hook long eam on the 1.
All right, I'm going to kill that there real quick. Didn't get a great entry and I didn't have my ATM set properly. I'm going to go set to 4s. So that is a double cross after a long, strong leg up there. So simple little DCR play right there. Double cross reversal. Did not hold that too much here because I'm not really sure of that. We are still moderate buy. So I'm not trying to jump in front of a freight train on something like that. But as much speed as that went, again, nice little smooth leg up. I don't trust that, right? I do not trust that. So I'm going to take the first play against it, which there it was, right? So can you get 10 or 15 out of that? Yep. That move was 17 ticks.
Double delta eam on the 4.
Yeah. And on, got some wish action there. Best editor you could get is in the room who's using the system itself. Yeah, I know. But the thing is so our guys do so well with the system, nobody's got time to make video edits. You know what I'm saying? And so it's hard. As soon as somebody knows about our system and they start trading with the system, it's like, oh, well, I'll just make money with the system. You know what I'm saying? So that's been some of the problem with some of our other editors in the past. Like, they're like, well, I decided I'll just use the system and trade. Like, we've literally had that twice happen to us because, yeah, they go to the system, they are like, oh, I want the system, cool. And they're like, oh, I can make so much with the system. Like, why? So it's hard to find a full-time editor because once they know the system exists, they use the system and they're done video editing. So we have that problem too. So unfortunately, I really need to hire somebody that's all they want to do, you know? Vinny, have you some advice for people that are maybe students and they can't do the morning session, but only the afternoon one? Man, I got a lot of advice around that. You guys, I don't know if you guys know or not, but my best session is the afternoon session. Like I'm an afternoon guy. I don't say I don't like the mornings, but I'm more of an afternoon. I'm feeling better in the afternoon. I'm usually, you know, I'm a person who's always just had a hard time with the morning stuff, waking up. Same time, probably depends on my workout schedule. The more I work out, the less of a morning person I am. Anybody else feel that? If you're working out and you're sore, man, I have a hard time getting out of bed. You know what I mean? But I'm an afternoon guy. Like, you go watch my older videos. I think there's more opportunity in the afternoon. There's a little bit of a time window there where literally you're going to get cut off at the end of the day. You know that there's a time limit to 4 o'clock. Like 4 o'clock is coming. There are a lot of advantages to the afternoon, and you guys seeing me here in the morning, this is actually the rare thing. This is what's funny about, and I know some of you guys who must be absolutely brand new with us to not know, I'm an afternoon player. It's weird that I'm coming in here to the mornings, but people asked for me to come and do mornings.
Upper bands touch him on the 34.
So I'm here doing this stuff in the mornings. Does that answer your question, EMA? EMA Brawl Stars. It's a fun name. So the answer is most of the examples that you're going to see if you're going through the premium member training is afternoon stuff. Work night shifts, so I'm the opposite. I can't ever trade in the afternoon. Yeah, it really does not. I'm not gonna say it doesn't matter. Like there are pros and cons to everything in life. Pros and cons to different time frames of time of day when you're playing. But I teach you that going into Discord. So if you go into Discord right now and type !sessions, let me show you that here real quick. We went straight through coffee time there. Let's see if I can size this down. Exclamation mark session. So I will teach you. Doesn't matter what session you sit down at. I kind of teach it like that to go, okay, what session what's best for you? I tell you when can you play? And everything that I show here is in Eastern Standard Time. But then I go, okay, so what's best for you? You like the afternoon? Cool. And then I will walk you through. So things that show up in this area. So in the afternoon, you can see there's kind of potentially more setups. Actually, they're about equal. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, technically there's more in the afternoon of these
upper bands
points, although I guess this one you don't really count. It's a 5 and 5. Basically, you've got, for the US session, you've got good opportunities in both. Now, in the evening, if you really want to go after hours, I don't recommend it for new people especially. You need to get some experience in the evening if you're going to be doing that. You need to really practice in the evenings because you're running into volume problems in the overnight, okay? And where's my caution? Yeah, caution, high volatility. Okay, I don't know who put that on there. It's not high volatility. Okay, now this is who made this again. Sometimes my guys, like it's hard to find good help these days, I tell you. It's not high volatility overnight. There is some volatility. In fact, I tell you, if you want to trade, if you go watch my actual videos at 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, there is some volatility. I don't know here. I've never made this caution, but I am telling you, it is hard to find good help, folks. It is whatever. You got to manage everything, and I don't have time to always manage everything, but it is not high volatility. So this slide needs to be edited. I will eventually come back and do all the shit myself. Pardon my French, but like I have reached my wit's end with trying to bring people to do anything. Anyhow, all right. Asian session begins there, 6 p.m. potential reversal at noon. And then, yeah, creepy crawly stuff overnight. There is low volume, which I don't see that on here as a warning. Like, the biggest warning should be low volume, like I say in my videos. That is a major problem. Okay. Yeah, Eddie, if you can have somebody edit this, and not high volatility, but there's a low volume, like caution is low volume. And where's the warning that says, okay, there it is, not recommended for beginners, right? This wouldn't necessarily put a star by it. I would put this cool little caution. The caution is not recommended for beginners. Like, you need to really know and understand how do you play through low volume situations. Like the time and sales here at night that you're seeing all this movement
Upper bands touching
overnight, you're not seeing this. It doesn't, there's hardly any flow in the overnight session. That is what I talk about in the videos. So, but yeah, the sessions, it will matter there, but during the daytime, you've got various things that can
double delta EM on the 4.
Little sections of time, but at the same time, it really doesn't matter with our system. Get the setup as long as there's movement, as long as there is volatility. So again, I hate that I even showed that slide that's all jacked up, so don't get jacked up on that slide there. We got guys who have good intentions, but at the end of the day, and it's really me. I just need more time, so it's my fault. I shouldn't be blaming anybody else but myself. At the end of the day, it is the owner. Own everything. Everything around you. You make it. You allow it. What happens, it comes from you. So, what is the sound? The drumming. So that is the AudioBox system. If you don't know about AudioBox, definitely go check out the videos around that. You are going to hear the size and speed on the tape. It is filtered appropriately for us to only care about the clicks and clacks. The
DCDME.
There's a lower pitched boom or the higher pitched clack. For you to feel the speed of the tape. I want to come back up and talk about what we showed this morning, the Titanic turn. Let's go to the top left on the 4s. Remember this from this morning, the Titanic zone, that this could be the big pivot turn zone. Do you see how long it took to make that turn? Everybody type Titanic zone in the chat if you now know and understand why I drew this up this morning. Said this is potential big. The boat is trying to turn here. That was the signal that gave it away for us to let us know. Yes, hard to play through that, and that's the whole point. That's why I say, like, man, it's gonna be hard. If, some people are good at that. If you are a long-term hold player, and I have caught some really good plays on this. If the speed is easier, this can be easier with more speed, but that takes a long time. Make that full pivot turn up and out of there. Titanic zone, the Titanic boat has turned and shifted. It was very nice. We had a very good video around this. I think you guys should check out. So pay attention to this part right here. Please pay attention.
Upper bands.
There's a video that we did. It was a live stream. I would like to clip it out. Unfortunately, we currently do not have an editor because I fired him. Or I'd have him already clip this out. There is, so I'd say it's kind of buried. So if anybody wants to volunteer to pull this out, there is a video. If we go to live, I renamed it a little bit different. Here we go. This one right here. It says NinjaTrader's best kept secret for algorithmic. I don't know. AI actually suggested that title to me. I didn't come up with that, but here it is. This video right here that's called NinjaTrader's best kept secret for algorithmic futures day trading. Now, I think that's what the title of today's is as well, only because I literally changed this over the weekend. And it stuck. I'm not good with this whole YouTube thing, obviously. If I were, then we'd probably have more views, etc. Plus I'm an a-hole and I won't glad hand or sit down for interviews with all these other turd fests that are showing all this other garbage out, that's out there. Not happening. Not shaking hands with ICT. I'm not shaking hands with all these idiots. Not doing it. I would rather have my integrity than sit around and try to pretend like we're playing these stupid games that these guys are playing. All right, so there it is. There is a lot of Titanic talk through this. I really walked through a great, cool example. I think I end up hitting a 200 plus tick situation on that day in the middle of it, and then walk through all of it. That is a very important video inside there. So go check that one out. We should probably post a, Curtis or Eddie, if you guys could post a link into the chat on that one and kind of note that this is the video that Vinny was talking about. Very important to go and learn the Titanic zones with some other stuff too. It wasn't just Titanic zones. We had a lot of teaching and training on that one, and it came on a day that was not really a Mentorship Monday, but just a really good walkthrough setup day. Ended up closing out over 10,000 that day. Was that a $17,000 day? Yeah, 17,000. That's not on multiple accounts.
On the 34.
We trolled the people doing the whole 20 accounts thing, trades by Matt and all that kind of whatnot. We trolled all that a little bit. Now again, if you're a person who wants to trade 20 accounts, you can absolutely still do that. Oh buddy, are we getting triple ready ups up here now? Okay, so this is the top of the Titanic zone again. Okay, we've got another one showing up right here. So let's see if this ends up being the turning point to come back down. That will be my first anticipation, is that we have a big turn. Doesn't mean that we're not going to have play setups to the long side first, but the big play could be a big turn in here. We now have the Titanic play coming in right here. Let me draw a different colored square around it to give some definition. So there was the previous triple ready up reversal to the long side, and now potentially we're looking for. Now oftentimes what can happen when we see these, this is why I was cautionary to just get long on this before. Usually the first thing that you're going to see is some movement that fakes everybody out. Trap. It's like this. So all these people still looking short, but this one would just went straight. It was a very easy pivot today. Maybe it's because there was no news. I don't know. That was almost too easy. I'm used to looking for traps down here first. Trap. And then the big turn, because it literally takes a long movement of turn. But hey, sometimes it is just straight away. That's what happened there this morning. So let's see how this one goes. This one going to be one where, why I say that there may still be some up moves. Remember, we're currently strong buy. I'm looking down here on the MACV Ultimate, and it's still saying, hey, we are all the way up there. Tall for my screen here. But we could show some fake up moves first. I would still look for, I like to see traps back behind it a little bit, and then we make that big turn in some sideways action. Other things, high time frame. Let's go and zoom out on the 4K screen layout. All of these, look what just showed up here. Okay, we just tapped into prior high, and we've got divergence firing. We've got a 5 and a 7.2. So could we turn here? Sure. At the same time, we're coming into the, almost too easy, because we're coming into like, okay, well, we got this right here, and was this a big dip and turn? So is this going to be a double up move? Potentially. And I showed you guys from before in the 89, we did not touch that gold line up above us yet, did we? Okay, so don't just think I'm just like going, okay, this is turning right here and we're coming down. I am definitely not saying that. There is a potential. And remember, nothing is 100%. So once we start breaking out past this, if we start the runoff, this could be a double cross double move zone, which would then end up being this. So we go F8, gonna grab it from the bottom of my zone into the middle of these. If we bust through this and we start to go, then we're looking at 43.50 for the algorithms to pull it up to before they start to collect their profits. but we have to respect it. Gotta show it, gotta respect it. And let's see how we go here. Yes, we do have the ALGOBOX trade copier. So if you want to do 20 accounts, we absolutely do have that. But for a while there, we were kind of trolling on it, being like, oh, because that's what's always funny. They show one account, oh, just trust me, bro. It's I mean, I multiply that times 20, and then I get. Right. So anyway, so a lot of our titles there for a while we did that, and it's like I felt so dirty afterwards. We have gone and changed them. I don't know if you guys noticed. Like I went back and changed all the titles to those. This is like so dumb. Yeah, you're gonna trade totally different if you're trying to copy 20 accounts, and that's not what we focus on. That's not where I can make as much as these turds make in 20 accounts in one account. Now of course people are like, well, if you can do that, why not just multiply it? You could, but can you do that in live accounts? No. Can you do it on Apex? Yeah, because Apex is awesome. So if you're going to do Apex, make sure you use code ALGOBOX. ALGOBOX will get you the deepest discount always. You don't ever have to worry about any of that farting around like, well, let me see who's got the best offer. You are coming down and just use code ALGOBOX. And that Apex funding, where's my arrow? Right there. So if you go all the way up there, Apex has a deal with us. Basically, if you use code ALGOBOX, you're always going to get the lowest price on their stuff. So if they're doing 80% off, wherever, it doesn't matter. You're always going to get the lowest offer with code ALGOBOX. Okay. But yeah, one account. They're promoting 20 accounts. I did X, Y, and Z. We're over here like, okay, and one account. I just did what you did in your 20 accounts. Like, oh, I took one trade today, guys. I'm so disciplined. No, it's just because you don't have a good system. You suck. Sorry. Yeah, so we trolled him for a while, but we peeled that back. Let's come out here and showcase what we can do on one. And if you want to trade multiple accounts, do it. Do your thing. Let's see. We got a PRZ cross here potential. We're neutral, so we could take a quick short stab here. Right now I'm in bonus territory, so everybody knows, like right now I'm bonus, right? So I want to get the cleanest, coolest, awesomest plays here for my final trade. So I'm trying to be, speaking of trying to be disciplined, right now I've done 67.50 there. That's awesome. I'm happy with that. It's been an easy morning. We're about an hour and 23 minutes in, so we got about 7 minutes till the 90-minute mark. You guys know, like, I'm a big proponent of you can play your best game 60 to 90 minutes, and then you start to have decision fatigue. At that point, you need to walk away, get a stretch, all that kind of good stuff. That 89 is looking like it's wanting to finish out that bar. Oops. Just grab the wrong chart. Let's move that one back. Yep, that decision fatigue starts to settle in there. Okay, we're on strong buy. So difficult to try any shorts there right now. Remember I talked to you guys about those traps up top? Let's look up top here on the top left. Remember I said, like, oftentimes we'll see traps back here. So the first things I'm going to be looking for are some really good traps back here for us to kind of work our way back down and in. Happens in a Titanic zone. I really want you to go watch that video that I showed earlier, that best kept secret of NinjaTrader. There's a lot in there for you, and showing the traps that set up right back behind that little triple ready up, where they're like, okay, yeah, we're still showing long. These guys have been dumping their positions here. This is where they're taking profits. and now they don't want you to know that they've taken their profits. So they're going to like they'll use a little low volume, some little low volume spike ups that end up being traps to make people think, okay, we're going to keep going, and get them all trapped in there, come back in, sell them the rest of theirs, get their profits, and then leave retail holding the bag. Seen it a lot. Oh, you got that on there now? I need to actually, I'm glad you actually mentioned that. I need to add it to mine as well. The range bar closure indicator. That is a very good point to talk about. I really didn't highlight that in our most recent, because it's, you know, it feels like it's a minor thing, but it is good for higher time frame bars. I'm going to bring this over and we'll add it to this one right now. So range bar closures right here. So I'll double click that, add the range bar closures. I want to put it on bar close and no label. I don't want to auto scale for it. I don't want to display in data box. That saves some. In case you guys are wanting to know, those, take those off to save your horsepower on NinjaTrader, and then I'm going to save as default. Let's see. Oh, maybe I don't want that. Sorry about that. My mistake. You cannot put that on bar close. This one does need to be on price change. Yeah, so you get the end of the bar. So what this is telling me, if we zoom in here, so the end of that bar will be 43,223. Let's really zoom in here to know how that works. So on one single bar, that 43,223, that will finish the bar. So, you know, you could literally, you know, if you're like, okay, I want to get short after this bar is completed, then you can put a limit order there at 43,223. Bottom of that bar, if it ended up extending down, would be 43.11 on a range bar. So that will basically tell you what that 89 tick range would be on an 89. You can do that on the higher time frame ranges as well. It'd be helpful to you, is for me as well. I think Siki was bringing in that, like, hey, I really love that thing. Pretty awesome. So you can visually anticipate, well, where's that going to be? Okay, it's 43,223 for the finish of that 89. We also have the new bar notifier, which is the audio cue, but that, you know, alerts you immediately as soon as it happens. But let's say that you wanted to visually go on there and like, I literally want to go short as soon as I get a new bar. Okay, cool. You can put it right on it. You can maybe put a tick above it, and you know exactly what the number is, 43,223. Right now, I could set a limit order, or limit orders plural, if I think once that bar is complete that we might have a little shift backwards a little bit and grab 10, 15 ticks off of it. That might be a way to play that. Make sense? Primark was so slow today. Went and did that with every indicator on my workspace. Oh, pre-market? You meant pre-market. I think Plutonium was saying pre-market was so slow today. You went and added it on. Oh, you're saying you changed those settings display in data box and all those that will boost your speed. Less overhead for NinjaTrader. I gotcha. Okay, those are two very nice, sexy legs down. Do I believe these moves? Right? First thing I want to think of is a trap. Am I right? Look at the speed. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let's look for a 4LDT here.
Double delta EM on the 1.
Okay, there is my four-legged dog trap right there. So people are going to be looking for a short right there. I want to play against them. It is as simple as I'm playing against a retail trap there. Currently moderate buy side. I don't think that is, you know, going to just fall out of bed there. I mean, it could. Anything can happen, right? But yeah, I'm just telling you guys like how I play these plays. Like that is, people are going to be looking for shorts right there. So as soon as it gives them a oomph, like it's going down, I want to buy simply a retail trap strategy play here on it. Let's see if I can get into 7K here. I'm going to go ahead and try to catch a bid here. Give me some 4LDT hype in the chat. Gonna need some blessing on this one. Bingo! Targets filled. 72.95. Let's get some 7K hype in the chat. You gotta love that. Let's get Curtis singing to us like the Curtis G, the OG, on the mic. Oh, yes.
This baby, I know it's been crazy. You don't see me, it's exhausting. City to city, cause I'm shiny, boys is popping. You keep making plans, babe, I'm sorry, I keep flopping. Call me late at night, cause I love you when you talk.
All right, let's talk through that play, because that's what we do on Mentorship Monday. All right, so why am I going to confidently take that? That thing came down fast. Well, that's kind of the very first thing as to why I might think that that is probably going to be fake, because number one, looking over here, I need to know what my MACV filter is. It's to the long side, yes? We also know that order of operations, we had both the tide and the wave to the long side, right? We have been green all the way up on this. Let me zoom back out here to know what we're talking about. So I've got my two primary filters. I got tide and wave up here in green and green. And remember, you guys can get this tide wave tracker. You can, it's just a very simple way for me to, in the top right corner of my eye, I can always see that that is sitting there long. If you guys want to use that, it is algoboxpro.com/tide wave visualizer. Hopefully one of our guys can get you guys a link to that there in the chat. On the free tools, when this is free to use, you do not need to pay to use this. MacVU, as long as you are part of our community and have not, violated community guidelines, you can use this inside of Discord on the left-hand side for the MacVU filter. And this will give you the mid-time frame guide, which will also give you, remember, this is actually multiple instruments. This is the NASDAQ, the Dow, the Russell, and the ES. I just realized this starts. Oh my goodness. Folks, how have I just now discovered that this spells nerd? Hold up. Where's Dork at? I just never say it in this order. NASDAQ, ES, RTY, and the Dow. Is that crazy? Now, mind you, I know, like Dow, well, Dow is YM. Dude, I can literally say that we're using the nerd. What have I been missing? I've been missing out on life this whole time. I'm 44 years old. How is it that I just now figured out that that spells nerd? NASDAQ, ES, Russell, and the Dow. The nerd. All right, all four instruments. We've got them inside of the MacV Ultimate. It is literally the ultimate. All four correlated instruments in one tool. And that is also free inside of Discord on the left-hand side. Just click on the MacV Ultimate section in the public area. There, if you... Is that cool or what? Dude, nerd. We got the nerds. We got the four... I'm having an epiphany for a minute. I might need to sit down. Hold on. I actually am sitting down. But I might need to take a walk on this and really think about this. How is it just now, with all of the nerd and dork relations to the fact that I am a nerdy coder at the end of the day, how have I not noticed that this was nerd the entire time? Okay, well, hey, I will take divine revelation when it occurs. Well, there it is. So we've got the never-ending radical dudes, NERD, never-ending radical dude. If you don't know about how cool nerds are, you've been missing out on life. All right, so All right, everybody type nerd in the chat so we can remember it, because I'll probably forget it in a couple days. I'm just kidding. I'm pretty sure I will never forget that now that just occurred. Okay, so we've got the 4 correlated instruments telling us what's up. Now, this move, let's talk about the move where I was going with just to begin with.
DCDM on the 1.
So I got 1, 2, 3, 4 legs down. Yes? That means this is a what? Type it in the chat before I get to it. Come on, pop quiz. 4 smooth legs down with speed. Remember, it also had speed, so everybody starts looking short, right? They're like, oh, okay, it's done. It's been a big move up. Oh, it's done. It's run out of momentum. Oh, it's done. Okay. So what do? They go 1, 2, 3, 4. Get everyone's attention. I kind of call it the attention move. Market's like, attention, everyone. Attention, retail. Attention, retail. Attention, ICT, Muppets. Attention. Okay, we're done. Okay, trying to get short. You had a level up here, didn't you? Oh, yeah, I gotta get short. Like, okay, there you go. Now they're going to start trying to get in their positions. There's a classic right there. There's retail hopping in on that. It's a retail supply, ready to go. They're trying to get short, looking for a continuation. They think this is a nice pullback. They get wrecked. So it's a trap. That's why we call it the. Hopefully you guys all typed 4LDT in the chat. If you did, give yourself a gold star. That means you've been paying attention. 4LDT. What does that stand for? 4-legged dog trap. So we have a whole video around this. It looks like if you zoom this out and do it the right way, this ends up looking like a little 4-legged dog. He's got 4 legs. He's got a little head. I want to enter in on the head, or sometimes I preempt it with one of these right here, which is what I was doing, just because I've got a little more risk. You know, I'm not risk averse. Pip, well, his name Don. I don't know. Don goes in. Don, I don't know what to refer to you as sometimes. You have such a cool set of names. Anyhow, Don, he's Don to me. So Don had a really great way to say this actually over the weekend while he was doing some market replay and backtest studies on full auto. And he said that you pay for confirmation. What does that mean? Pop quiz time here. And this one, I don't know that we've talked about this much, but like Don, I think he's gotten it from somewhere. I've heard it before, but what does you pay for confirmation mean? It means when you wait around for confirmation, some of the plays already passed you by. This is an example for me. I'm entering in here at these spots here, anticipating this, because I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4 legs down. I'm like, dude, I'm hopping in. It's going to do a 4-leg dog trap. So I don't want to pay for confirmation, but you pay for it with risk. You pay for it either way. You pay for it with risk or loss of reward, the R&R, okay? Risk and reward. That's every play we ever play, is you are weighing out risk versus reward. I am less risk averse because of my account size. Again, you can't necessarily do that if you are in a smaller account. Or again, if you're on a virtual account and you know it's somebody else's money, then I mean, really care. I don't know how you guys look at that. I am weird in the way that I look at things, so I know that I'm not exactly going to be fake, but that's how I look at things. So I am caring about this. I'm already up 6K on the day. I can afford to lose some, like, okay, whatever. I'm going to hop in early. Now, if I wanted to pay for confirmation this way, less risk, then I would be entering in here, right? After it's confirmed that we're up, so now my entries are up here. Well, how much does that cost me? Well, it costs me this much, right? I don't know if you guys get cost. Because if I'm entering in at the bottom of the trap, they're anticipating the 4-legged dog trap or waiting to confirm that it was a 4-legged dog trap. I'm entering in here. It's going to cost me that either way. Does that make sense? It's going to cost me in risk, or it's going to cost me in the reward, where I get less reward. Everybody understand that? And this is, you know, Don really brought up this phrase again, so I got to give him credit. I'm not sure where he got that from. Maybe Don, you can tell us. Like, I have heard that before from people, but it really set in the other day when we were talking about, like, we were using an example of, I was saying to, hey, if you're going to do the back test the way that he was doing it, like, you want to do it off the 2s, not the 1s. And we went through a whole conversation around that. The 2s versus the 1s, though, it's really small for confirmation. So I said, it's not costing you that much. But he was like, yeah, well, you pay for confirmation. Like, yeah, touche. But this is a scenario where, you know, I got more reward out of that. Ended up, instead of like a 7K, I ended up making, you know, 72.95. So it got me an extra $300 out of it because I took the risk. I paid in risk. But sure, it could have just broken down and coming out of there. But experience and ALGOBOX kind of told me I don't think so. I got a 10.3 along with it. So I got that extra oomph to confirm it for me on that 4LDT dip buy. Make sense?
DCD theme on
Nerd. Nerd. That's right. Never ending radical dudes. Okay, market's starting to speed up here. This says we're too slow, but I think we're about to speed up here. This is about to go into some valid speed here any moment. You could feel the speed picking up. Oh, is that a Jesse Livermore originator? Or it's associated with them? Thank you, Curtis. Yeah, paying for confirmation. Waiting for price to move in your favor before entering. Price moves without you. Yeah, so you know, it costs you and you lost part of the move, but you had less risk. So again, you're either paying it with one of the R's. You're either paying it with your risk or you're paying it with your reward. Everybody understand that? The way that I kind of talk about it, the way that I teach it. Not saying that either way is necessarily wrong. You're going to pay for it either way. I paid with risk and got me a big fat reward today. But that's because for me with ALGOBOX, I mean, I'm so confident in the fact that ALGOBOX is going to give me good play setups. I'm willing to, you know, risk on occasion because I know I'm going to get some awesome play setups somewhere in there. Where I'm just going to be like, and Supermoon and Super Alpha Omega and, you know. Yeah, and if you don't know who Jesse Livermore is, thank you, Curtis. Jesse Livermore, legendary stock trader from the early 20th century. Known for a lot of things. Come to find out when you know, his, you found out a lot of things later about the man, but he's credited with a lot of things. He didn't have all the tools that we do now. I mean, I still give the man credit for a lot of things. Like, imagine not being able to, like, you didn't have RTOFA, you didn't have millisecond entry points, you didn't have tape continuously filling like we have that we get to read from. You know, I couldn't have done what he was doing back then. He's going off of strictly structure and, on occasion, like hindsight volume that comes in on the daily after it gets reported, you know, day after, or I don't even know, sometimes it was multi-day delayed. You got the book. Be careful buying books. I tell people all the time, you really are, in this day and age, you are wasting your time in books. It is the slowest form of communication. So just be careful. People are like, oh, I'm a book nerd. You can get that information another way. Audio, video,
Double delta
experience.
EM on the 1.
People are like, well, people who used to read books got really smart. That was because that was the only way they could learn back then. If they had y'all's access to today of all of the information that you had online at your fingertips with audio potential, where you can listen to something while you're doing something else, where you can visually see it and have it walked through in front of you, the whole different animal. You can attain information way faster or than you ever could ever in the history of time. No one's ever been able to acquire this type of information at the speed that we could acquire it in, which is a whole thing even around biblical knowledge. All the stuff from the Bible, talking about that people, first of all, even when it was written, people couldn't read. And then it had to be transferred to you via, you know, somebody with a big white hat. Crazy. How about Jim Simmons? So that guy got into code, right? And as far as learning from him, Do you want to learn from his book, or do you want to learn from if he made a video about it, right? And there are people who have already summarized what he wrote in any book, or whoever wrote a book about him. They summarize it and put it into a video format that I'm sure is, your brain will lock in things from a video way faster than it will from a book. So I made a video a long time ago about how books are the slowest form of communication. I mean, it might be slower than talking to someone, but it depends. Not today's age. We're like, well, it's slower because I can read faster than someone can talk. Oh, really?
Enigma long on the EM1.
Oh, really? Let me prove you wrong for. Oh, you know I'm gonna get long on this. Like, all right, first play. I'm gonna go half position here on this. But while I'm doing that, have you ever heard me talk at 3x speed? So take one of my videos and put it at 3x and then tell me that you can go faster than that. Kind of don't think so. And targets filled for another 600 bucks. Come on. Just handing me candy. $620 off of a little moonshot there. I'm not even hardly paying attention. I was trying to go over here and show you guys how I'd play one of my videos at 3x and like it's impossible. No. If you can absorb information that fast, you're like, well, I can just speed read and whip through the words. Okay, well, you can do the same thing with audio at high speed, can't you? And if it also has visuals along with it, your brain locks in two forms instead of one. About that. Anyhow, people will try to argue with me all the time. It's a waste of your time, bro. I actually have thought these things through before you talked about it. Oops. Too soon? Shut up about it. Cry. I always like to use the example of if you wanted to learn plumbing right now. Like if you wanted to do some quick job in your house to fix, I don't know, X, Y, Z. You got a plumbing problem and you're like, I'm going to fix it myself. Okay. Are you going to get a book on plumbing? You think that's the fastest way to learn that? Or going on YouTube saying how to fix a pipe under a whatever, under a sink, under a whatever. Okay. And now you know I want to get short, right? I mean, do we know? Like we know what I'm about to do here, right? This is it's a supermoon. Okay. With speed. Did we move up quickly? Yes, we did. So yeah, do it yourself YouTube channel. Right. Exactly. Go on to YouTube and watch somebody actually do it and talk you through it and talk to you about the, the issues that they faced and ran into as they, went on X, Y, or Z, whatever the situation was. Yeah, I'm gonna go watch somebody actually do it. So people are like, oh, I'm gonna go, Vinny, what book do you recommend? I'm sitting there like, I literally show you this stuff every single day. It is so insulting to me when you go, what book should I get, Vinny? I mean, I know you don't know any better because you're stupid. Like, but how about today's your day to not be stupid? Well, Vinny called me stupid. Yeah. Jesus called people stupid all the time too. Sorry about it. And you do it so that you get smarter. I'm like, okay, so why are you doing it the slowest way possible when you can do it faster? Do you really want to just take your time to do it the worst way possible? So you want to learn trading and you want to tell me that you're going to learn it the worst way possible? You want to see somebody actually doing it in front of you? Walking you through? It's obviously better. If you don't know it, well, maybe you are too stupid. Well, here's the problem with that too. Like, people are actually doing that, also wasting their time right now, going through the documentation section on our website. So let's talk about it. Like, I'll prove it to you right now. I had a guy the other day prove my whole point. He read something in documentation that didn't have a walkthrough along with it. So let's say that you're like, well, I'll go through the documentation because I can learn it through the documentation faster. Really? What was his point? Let me see if I can remember what his point was. It was, he said, hey, I read something on, I think it was a 40-40-40 program. And it said quantity over quality. So let's see, maybe, I don't even know where you would have been reading, but let's say you went to, here it is, 120-day program. So rather than go and watch the videos that I literally tell you, hey, you need to watch the first X number of videos. Well, yes. Oh my word. See, look, I'm going to prove out you guys are not smarter than me. Look, I know you're smart. Okay, but listen, I'm trying to help you out. You want to learn from somebody wiser than you? That is the fastest way to ever learn anything in life. I've learned a ton from people who are smarter than me, and recognizing that they are smarter than me and then attaining their information. Okay, that is the absolute best way to learn, is learning from someone else who's going to show it to you, walk you through it. You're saying, isn't that what we always say in tech anyway? Read the documentation and release notes? No, that's what project managers say. What do I laugh? I laugh and I mock project managers. Do I not? Yes. It's a mockery. If someone offers you two things, if they offer you video and tech documentation, you're going to tell me that the written documentation is better than somebody walking you through in a video? Look, as soon as I point it in that question format, you're going to be like, oh, okay, I get it. Now you're going to know why I'm like, you're stupid. Like, why would you say that? Because again, I'm smart enough to know that I will always learn from a video and somebody walking me through it. You're telling me I'm going to go, oh, I'm going to go read the documentation instead of go through a video? So you tell somebody to go to the documentation when there is no video. Listen to what I just said. Sure, when there is no video, sure, go read it. You understand? But what if somebody would walk you through the documentation? Isn't that better? I mean, every CEO knows this. If you ever tell a CEO, here, go read the documentation, you're fired. You are effing fired. You want to waste the man's time. The time is money. And he knows that the slowest way to learn something is to attain it through, okay, give me the summary. Come into my office, sit down, and draw it on the board for me. That is the fastest way to absolutely learn something. And every CEO knows this is why you don't go and present documentation to a CEO. The CEO is not going to sit there and read your stupid documentation. Right? And if you don't know that, well, welcome to your lesson for the day. Yeah, why people literally, that's a good point too. Hooked on Pips. Don coming down with the wisdom as usual. Why people will travel to attend seminars. Yes, I'm sure they'll sell you the book, right? But it is better to hear it from the horse's mouth. You can learn it and attain it better by hearing it from them. Yes, 100%. Everybody should know that. All right, so I'm getting caught off sides here on this one. I am going to start cutting this position. Yeah, I am half as enthused about it. Even really less than half, because this could now be one of those exploderators.
Double delta EM on the 4.
All right, I'm going to kill it right there. I'm going to keep my 7K here on it. We got multi ready up, showing up on the 4s up top. What's our time?
Double delta EM on the 1.
I'm way past my usual setup here. We are hour and 53 minutes. Hopefully you guys learned something. So I took a minor loss there at the end. Should have taken notes on what my high water mark was, but okay, so this one didn't work. Supermoon just drilled through there. It can happen sometimes. I manage things in a different way. If you are following on our program, just basically stop out behind the moonshot there. And then I would rather re-engage if I thought that it was a better position up here. Re-engage it, take it as 2 trades instead of 1. If you are in smaller accounts. Oh, excuse me. I'll be watching. Here's that 89 bar that did finish out and complete. Come out here to. Okay, look at this. So it finished, and look at that. It didn't even budge down, which is surprising. Oftentimes you'll get a little nudge down, which is what I was trying to catch in on, but this one is on the march. That is a ignition bar. So be careful on that. That is the third bar in a series, and it is literally straight up right there. You see it? Literally straight up. Third bar. We teach that in our training, the ignition bar. You do not want to play against an ignition bar. So for right now, the sucker is continuing to move up. I want to keep my eye right up here, top left. Multi-ready ups conjoined together. Again, remember how I said that they'll set up traps back behind here oftentimes? So, of course, you know what I think. My first instinct is we're coming back into this Titanic zone. I want to see it in this area down here eventually. But for right now, she's on the march up. I'm going to wait till I get a nice, nasty trap up in here, get them off sides, and then a grinder, which is going to suck from a perspective of how long it's going to take. The grind is, it's not pleasant. In my opinion, I would rather grab fast, quicker bags than big plays that take forever. It's the way that I look at things. I'm more of a P90 game player. Want to tat and get around. Not a sniper player. I don't like to sit and wait around and get the long shot. I would rather take several smallers, you know what I'm saying? Vinny on 10x speed, Mark replay at 20x. Yeah, you can go as fast as your brain can handle it. But when people are saying, well, I can read faster than, oh really? Can you read faster than, okay, if you can attain information that quickly, then can you attain the information as fast as me talking at 3x speed or 5x speed where you can actually understand? You need to play it as fast as you can understand it. You said that you can understand it, then fine. Then play it with me going at my highest speed and chatting to you, then good. You could possibly do that. Anything's possible. Okay, 3 wise men long. Holy shnikes, look at this. That is the third cross in this area. 3 wise men, and we are strong buy. Folks, this is a buy spot here. I'm going to get crazy here, and I'm just going to go press the buy button here for a little bit and see if she's going to run. That is a big dog. And we'll see if she's wearing fake chains or not. That is a 3 wise men. I will buy all through this zone. Do I have a zone below me? Nope, I haven't even drawn one yet. So this is a buy zone and a half for a 3 wise men zone right here. Big ones too. So from a measure, I'm going to press F8 here, and I'm going to measure from this cross at the 15.5, and I'm going to measure inside to this, basically this double cross deal here. I'll just click it right here on the 11.2 for simplicity. Entering in, pulling, and then if they want to keep running that, then gold line target up above, and if we go all the way up there, the distance on that is going to be, it's 31 ticks. So not as big as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be bigger than that. I think it just looks that way because of the move all the way to the 12.6. So if we do the full, the second one, whoops, press F8. So if we want to look for another potential, if it does continue on a run and we go 15, I go to the 12. Yeah, so then it's up there to potentially the 43.20, which then would look for me to be about 67 ticks for that run up. All right, so we got about 2 more minutes till we're here for 2 hours. Drop me some questions in the chat. It is Mentorship Monday, so we'll talk it through, walk it through. We've talked through and walked through a lot of things. This afternoon, we'll be talking about we'll talk about the new stuff that's coming. We'll talk about the new release that will be coming out around November 1st. There'll be 2 releases there. There'll be ALGOBOX stocks, or what we call ALGOBOX STX, because we have ALGOBOX Pro. That's what everybody uses right now. Pro version. You'll be able to trade any instrument type. So it's not like, oh, you need STX to trade stocks. No, you don't. In fact, you can trade stocks right now with the current Pro version that we have. STX will be a kind of dumbed down version of it. It will be much cheaper for people in stocks. We don't have to worry about people stepping on our trades and all that kind of whatnot. So, you know, stocks players, you'll have a slimmed down version. It will have all the good stuff just at a lower price because you can only trade stocks on it. If you have Pro, you'll be able to trade anything, stocks and futures and Forex and crypto, whatever you want. And we are going to get you a super discounted price, $24.99, all included for Pro during the last weeks of October. So if that's something you are interested in, $2,499 for everything, all included, to celebrate
on the
our release of Stocktober ALGOBOX stocks. You guys got questions around any of that? We did put out a quick little video there this weekend. Hopefully if you can manage through the ridiculousness of our awful video editor who's since been fired for the nonsense and doing crap that people can barely listen to. Things will get better on the audio video side. The documentation section is there on our website. So if you are a documentation player, like, I don't want to wait around for Vinny's videos and to chat, and I don't like his voice either, so I'd rather read through the documentation. Well, don't be like the guy who the other day was like, I had to read the documentation, it said this. And like, yes, but now in context of the video that walks through what that means, because you can't put it all in documentation. If you did, then it would be a book, right? It would be, the documentation on the website is summarization. It should be like the notes for if you've already been through the videos. That's how you should address and think through documentation. The way that our documentation is laid out is it's a Cliff Notes version of what you should have already learned from the videos, but you need to go through the videos, in my opinion. Picture's worth 1,000 words, and a moving picture, like a video, is worth millions of words. You're going to attain more information. You're going to get more information. You're going to have better explanations. Like I like what Don said earlier. That's like going to a seminar, having somebody actually walk you through, talk you through what that is or what that might entail. So we've been currently doing 2-a-days. That's not going to always be there. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed these as we get into November. I will be focused on trying to do a little bit more updating for videos, video training series on the documentation sections, doing some updates on it. Again, our documentation, it's been there, but I feel like it needs a little bit of a revamp, a little facelift. So I'm looking forward to putting a little more time into some of that for you guys. So I'm going to be looking for these straight legs down into this 3 Wiseman area where people will be like, okay, this thing is done. It's been, I'm looking for traps and I want to get long. Basically, we're currently sitting at, as long as the MACV Ultimate is still sitting up here like this, 3 Wiseman telling me I want to go in the direction of the MACV Ultimate. That'll be the play. If it doesn't work out, it'll be underneath these crosses where I'll go, okay, so that's not what I originally wanted, and I'll be looking to bail on that. I'll keep you guys updated there inside of Discord. Don't forget, we are the only trade room that I know of that's 100% free to the public, as long as you are not violating our community guidelines. You can update some of the older videos. That would be great help. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Daniel. Yeah, I mean, I did those back in 2016. I'm not saying that I'm better at videos by any means, but we have cooler tools. We have some things like back in the day when I was talking about measuring out areas, which I still think is helpful, in my opinion. Knowing where this stuff came from, knowing how it was designed, I think is helpful. However, why not have a little facelift and an update? Do you really need to know how the sausage is made? I don't know. There goes back and forth, and of course the old ones will be there in an archive if people want to go all the way back in the Wayback Machine and go, well, where did this come from? Where did he originally kind of get this from? What is the confluence that's built into X, Y, or Z indicator? And all that kind of fun stuff. Okay, we crossed the 2-hour mark. Thanks for hanging out. For me, Pippi, Robbie, Lunchbot, Mod Squad, Curtis G, and Eddie B, I am sitting out of the Big H-Town. See you this afternoon. See ya. Art team, show them how it's done. Oh, I forgot. Part of the art team got fired. I'll do it myself.
Upper bands touch him on the 34.
The old adage where, the individual investor doesn't have a chance because the institutional investor has better technology, better information, and, more money and better opportunity. I don't think it's real anymore. I think the edge is on the individual investor because they're small, they're nimble, they can trade, they can use they have better front-end technology.
Don't waste your time. Leave the technical analysis to us. You just play the game.
Forex is littered with crooks, black hat guys, all this kind of shifty characters and companies trying to extract money from your pocket and stick it into theirs. And one of the things that they do is operate these Forex signals.
Reversing. Long. Look for long. Harmonic pattern. Pick up. Line down. On freeze. Order filled. Target filled.
Audio Jungle.